If you are feeling lost as an entrepreneur after having a baby, this is the video for you. What's up, guys? It's your girl Shynika, and if you are here for travel tips, beauty tips, or entrepreneurship tips, hit the subscribe button. You're in the right place. Whew. So y'all, it's been a minute, but like, I had to get on here and talk about this because you hardly ever hear entrepreneurs or people in the beauty profession, talk about this. Being pregnant and owning a business. Like being pregnant and owning a business. I mean, honestly, it's a tough road and nobody ever talks about it. So I'm gonna talk about it. So a little backstory for the new people that are here. My name is Shynika, of course. I am an entrepreneur. I own 7 different businesses. And the last 2 years, I have been like kind of on a pause, if you say so. So in 2023, I attended esthetician school, which took up about six to 9 months of my time where I could not work as normal, if that makes sense. So I couldn't take clients as normal. So my school schedule was Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 to 8, which is a full-time schedule. So it put a hurdle on my business. So I had to take less clients and start to focus more on school because I had class, I had homework, I had tests, I had finals, and I had to learn the craft. So I really had to set aside my other businesses so that I can focus on my journey into becoming an esthetician, right? Okay, so you say, okay, we just had 1 year or 9 months of no working. So right after the 9 months of no working or very minimum work, guess what happened to me? I got pregnant. So 9 months after not working full time, I ended up being pregnant, which led to about a year of not working because I was pregnant. Like, if you ever been pregnant, you understand how things are, and I'm not even gonna get into that. That's a whole nother topic. But for my girls who get it, they get it. Okay, pregnancy is not for the weak. 11 months later, my son will be 1 on June 21st. Okay, so I would say around 4 months is when I started to actually like, okay, I need to start posting again. I need to try to get in motion and things like that. But I know I've done it before, or we've done it before, but sometimes it's just not as easy the second time around, being honest. Like, you've already built up a rapport with people and then it's diminished because you can't work. So of course they have went to other service providers or life has changed for them. No telling what's different, but a year or 2 years could make a huge difference in somebody's life. You know what I mean? So the first 3 months after I had my son, I pretty much studied because I didn't take my final exam to get licensed. So after I had him, I set a goal and I was like, yo, I'm gonna study, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do, I'm gonna go take these tests, I'm gonna pass. So for the first 3 months, I studied so I can get that out of the way. I still have my regular bills. I still have to pay my bills, and I am, feeling stuck as an entrepreneur. So it's like, dang, what do? I'm starting to post, but mind you, I don't have too much new material because I haven't really worked for 2 years. So I kind of just sat back and try to figure out what I could do. So I started consistently posting. Some of the things I did was I used my old content. So I used old content changed it around a little bit, because if you're in content creation, you know that the content creation world has changed since 2 years ago. So the way you used to post 2 years ago, you don't post now. Or if you do, don't get many views, or not saying that views turn into money, but you do want your business to be seen. Social media is a way that your business can be seen by thousands of people in one day sometimes, versus you walking around handing out flyers. You can't reach 20,000 people in one day with a flyer. There's no way. I mean, there's a way. You would have to literally have a team going out, passing out flyers with you, literally. But that's neither here nor there. So I sat there and I'm like, you know, what makes me stand out from everybody else, or what makes my clients want to be my clients? And I sat there and I said, just be myself. Don't overdo it. Don't think too hard about it. Be yourself, just like you were in the beginning. When you built up this rapport, you were being yourself. And those people came to you, right? So I started to, another thing I did, I started watching my old YouTube videos. So we watch YouTube for inspiration for anybody else. I watch myself to inspire myself to, thing too. Watching myself to be inspired. Like, that's something you can do. So let's break down the specifics. Pregnancy as an entrepreneur, if you don't have money put to the side, you won't have maternity leave, or you won't have a way to pay your bills or something like that. So as an entrepreneur, you either put money to the side, or you work your entire pregnancy, or however you need to work in order to pay your bills. When you have a job, they have something called maternity leave. So you can take anywhere, like when I worked for Verizon, we had about 12 weeks maternity leave, and we could use it all at one time, or we can use a couple weeks here, use a couple weeks there, whatever worked. But I still got paid for being at work. So as an entrepreneur, it's totally different. We don't get paid when we don't produce, if that makes sense. So advice to you, if you are pregnant and you're an entrepreneur, put some money to the side so that you can still maintain, you can still pay your bills. I personally, I worked really hard to get where I am today. So I was actually able to enjoy my pregnancy this time around. When I was pregnant with twins, I worked in retail as a retail manager for a high fashion, men's fashion. So I worked until, I think, 1 week up until I had my kids. It was a lot. I was pregnant with twins. This time around, I didn't have to do that. So I do own a salon, and I run out sweeps. So I was fortunate enough to be able to enjoy my pregnancy this time around. Or if I was sick, I didn't have to, you know, come in, or whatever the case may be. So that worked out for me. But if you don't have something in place, you won't have a place, if that makes sense. But back to the video. I think it's human that people feel stuck after having a baby. You know, we are dealing with postpartum. We're dealing with figuring out who we are as a person, or trying to figure out ourselves again, because that person we were 9 months or 12 months ago, we're not that person anymore. It's like we shed our old skin and started over. And now you're figuring out who this new person is as a mom. So I personally have twins that are 11, and I have a baby that's 11 months. 10-year difference. Well, actually my twins are 10. They turn 11 in August, and my son turns 1 in June. So completely started over. Yes, I'm a mom, but I'm not an infant mom. So it's different. It's different. And I have a huge support system. And as a mom, it's still a lot for me, because I'm used to being able to do this, and this. I own 7 businesses. I'm used to being able to hop up, do this, and this. My twins are self-efficient. So for the last 4 years, I don't have to, you know, put them to sleep or stay home all day. So for a person like me, it takes a toll on me, you know, and it kind of put me in a space where I didn't want to be, if that makes sense. So I had to get myself out of this funk. And the way I got myself out of this funk is just looking at the things I used to do. So I made so much content. I went back and looked at my Instagram videos. I went and looked at my TikTok videos. I looked at my YouTube videos, and I got inspired. I got inspired to put my foot back on next, because that's what I do. So if you're a mom and you've seen this video, you're an entrepreneur, don't give up. Don't give up. Just remember what got you here to begin with, and go 2 times harder with that. So I started my YouTube probably like, I think 2 years ago. Like when I started school, I started my YouTube maybe like, so I'll say like in between 2 and 3 years. I'm not 100% sure. That doesn't matter. But the videos I was posting was getting views, and my subscribers were going up. And I paused for 2 years. Think about if I didn't take that pause for 2 years and continue to produce, you know, the content. I would be in a different space. But it's okay, because now I know what I need to do. And looking back, those videos are helping me elevate to the next space I need to go to in my life, if that makes sense. And you can do that too. Even if you don't have content, you don't have videos that you make, watch somebody that inspires you. You got to get out of your own head. Yes, we're not where we want to be, but if we stop, will we ever be? No. So we got to keep going. That's all. I'm here to drop a message, and we got to keep going after pregnancy. We can't let postpartum knock us out. We can't let the baby knock us out. We got to just keep going. That's the message. Keep going. All those things you're feeling, I'm feeling too. And 20,000 other moms in this world are feeling the same way. 20,000 entrepreneurs in this world have felt this way. And you got to do what you got to do to get yourself out. This was on my heart. And I felt like this video will help somebody. So I hope that this video is helping someone. And if you need support, reach out. Don't sit there. Don't just take it. Look at videos for inspiration. Look at your old videos for inspiration. Go out, take a walk. Maybe even take a run. Clear your head. You got to do something that's good for you. Not the mom you, not the wife you, not the work you, not the entrepreneur you. Wholeheartedly, you. Do something for you. Because if you're not your best self, you can't be your best self for anybody else. But yeah, I'm going to catch up with y'all later. That's the video. That's the video. That's the message. I love y'all. And if you didn't, hit that subscribe button, because your girl is back.